Welcome to the interresponse time section of the measurement module. In this segment, you will learn about interresponse time, IRT. You may remember that measurement procedures fall into two broad categories: continuous measurement procedures and discontinuous measurement procedures. Continuous measurement can be further broken into event, recording, and timing. In this module, we will focus on continuous measurement procedure, more specifically, timing. There are multiple timing procedures that can be used to measure behavior: duration, response latency, and interresponse time. Today, we'll be focusing on interresponse time, also known as IRT. Before we begin, let's watch a quick video. In this video, Brianna is eating her crackers very quickly. It is possible that she might choke from taking bites too quickly in succession, so we would want her to slow down by taking more time between bites. We could use interresponse time to measure the amount of time between each bite, with the ultimate goal of increasing this time. What is interresponse time, or IRT, exactly? Well, IRT is the amount of time that occurs between two consecutive occurrences of the same behavior. This is how you would conduct IRT data collection. You would start the timer when the first occurrence of behavior ends. Then, stop the timer at the beginning of the next behavior. IRT is usually used when you are interested in how much time passes between occurrences of behavior. Here's an example of when you could use IRT. You're on a road trip and want to measure the amount of time that occurs between instances of your sister asking if you're there yet. In order to conduct this, you would start the timer as soon as your sister is done asking, "Are we there yet?" Stop the timer as soon as your sister starts to ask, "Are we there yet?" again. Let's look closer at this. The first time your sister asks, "Are we there yet?" you would start the timer. Your timer will be collecting the amount of time that passes. We'll use this blue dotted line to represent time. 15 seconds pass. Then 30 seconds pass. As soon as your sister starts asking, "Are we there yet?" again, you stop the timer. 30 seconds occurred between two instances of your sister asking, "Are we there yet?" This means your interresponse time, or IRT, is 30 seconds. You would report your IRT to look something like this. However, if you were to observe multiple instances of asking, "Are we there yet?" you would time the IRT for each occurrence of the behavior, then average it for the entire session. Your average IRT for the target behavior of asking, "Are we there yet?" for this session would be 30 plus 32 plus 32 plus 29 divided by 4, which equals 30.75. The average IRT of your sister's asking behavior is 30.75 seconds. Let's look at another example. "Oh, look, it's a kitten." I think I'm going to like this example. This kitten often lifts his head to see what's happening above him. Let's use IRT to measure the time that passes between each head lift. Here, the cat engages in the target behavior, head lifting. As soon as he puts his head down, you would start the timer. The dotted line represents time. Here, 1 second has passed. 2 seconds have passed. 3 seconds have passed. Then the cat lifts his head up, and you can stop the timer. 3 seconds passed between head lifts. This means that the IRT between head lifting is 3 seconds. So, you would report the IRT as 3 seconds for this observation session. If you were to observe multiple instances of head lifting, you would time the IRT for each occurrence of the behavior, then average it for the entire session. It would look something like this. You would add 4 plus 2 plus 6 plus 5 divided by 4, which would give you 4.2 seconds. When writing your session observation notes, do include that the inter-response time was 30 seconds, 32 seconds, 32 seconds, and 29 seconds. Include the average inter-response time was 30.75 seconds. This is objective and descriptive. It will let your supervisor know exactly what happened in session. Don't say that your client had a little bit of time between asking questions. Say that your client seemed like she wanted to ask a lot of questions. These statements are subjective and don't clearly describe what happened in session. The session observation notes should look something like this. That concludes our review of continuous measurement procedures in a response time. Please complete the checkpoint questions on Canvas.